I just love that opening. Do you guys? Welcome, welcome. I am Michele Amburgey. I am the Awakener, and you're here with Spiritual Chit Chat. And I'm so happy that you're here. Happy November 8th. It is election day here in America. I know we've got people that watch that are from all over the place, and it's apparently getting quite exciting out there. Hi, RevNed. I love it. Oh my gosh. So it's so nice to see you all. We've got so much going on. I just kind of want to go over it. I know we're going to be talking about psychic protection or energy protection today for a bit before we get to readings. But my goodness, we've got all kinds of stuff going on. We have a full moon. What do we got? Full moon lunar eclipse that was early this morning. Hey, Karen. Hey, Selin or Celine. I apologize. Or Celine. Ooh, what a beautiful name. However you say it, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Welcome, welcome, you guys. So we've got the full moon lunar eclipse. It actually happened. It was at its apex at 3:02 this morning Pacific time. So I'm on the West Coast. So you can, however that was for you. And it was a blood moon. So it was a moon that when it goes in, when it gets to its um, fully darkened, it's actually a red moon, and it's quite something to see. Oh, Selin. Okay, cool. Thank you. Um, it's quite something to see, and I can imagine the ancient ones, maybe not knowing exactly what it was, how ominous that red moon would have been. I remember I didn't get to see it. It's raining here on the West Coast, in Southern California right now. But I remember years ago, my kids were still in high school, and we went out on the beach and we were watching, and that red moon, man, it was ominous. It was really ominous. And so I kind of feeling it today. I actually woke up this morning right before that that eclipse happened. I have a piano, and sometimes that piano kind of goes bang. I think when certain people are trying to get a hold of me, and I got a bang. It woke me up right about 2 minutes before. So I got to be in that space, and I was really guided to just go straight into just love. I just closed my eyes. I just went straight into that love space and just sending love all over the planet, into every heart, every mind. And it's what I'm really putting out there today for people to do. We need to get that love out there. I've been watching some of this stuff um, about what's happening with the elections, and like election, the things aren't working. There's all over the place. The equipment isn't working. People aren't working. It's just what a flustercluck it is. And so we just want to send as much love and as much light as we can um, around the planet, and truly, to the hearts and minds of all of life right now, because it's intense. And we've got that full moon lunar eclipse, and then we've got um, like other stuff that's going on too that is a little bit more intergalactic, where we've got some ancient seals, some ancient things that have kind of been wrapped into our energy matrices that are coming loose, which is good news. um Yay. Well, Holly, yes, of course you were passing love around. That's what you do. You're a big love bomb. And then we also have, there's a Stargate opening in Arizona. It's called the Ark of the Covenant. Um, and it activates us to ascension. And so we have to be lined up with that kind of energy, and that energy is love. And so everybody today really, really just be in that love state. Is a lot of tension. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. If you're out there trying to vote and things aren't working, it's like, oh, and all of our great leaders are like, hold the line, take a breath, be calm. Let's not lose our heads over this, because it'll all come to rights, and it might take a few days. I don't know, but it's very important. We've got a lot of emotion involved with all of this, and so we want to send love to kind of stabilize that energy. But super exciting, crazy energy. I know the eclipse we had before, which was the solar eclipse a couple of weeks ago, I was so exhausted coming into it, I could barely function, like for the 2 days before, especially. And this one, I was kind of like, oh, this one is really kind of cool. And I got to yesterday evening, and all of a sudden, I just felt like spaghetti. And it was a different kind of energy. It wasn't like 2 weeks ago where I just like hit the wall and had to lay down. This one was I just felt like I literally felt like spaghetti. Like I was just kind of wobbly and really feeling weird. And I feel that way today too. I had a couple of lives that I needed to do, and I had a couple of meetings I needed to do, and I was getting ready for this and I almost canceled because I was like, oh my gosh. But there's so much stuff going on. And we are talking about, how important it is to protect your energy and to know how important your energy is. And when we talk about that, we're also talking about the chakras. And so everybody should be working with their chakras. And when I say that, yeah, Hillary's saying that she's been exhausted. Yeah, you're feeling this one. You're feeling this one. It is. I'm feeling like barely function too, Hill. It's like I'm just kind of so if I'm not on top of it today and I wander off into the weeds, just bear with me. Um, but the energy, it's so important to understand chakras and the chakra systems because those are like your energy generators, if you will. You pull in energy, you put out energy. The energy that you pull in affects the physical body. It helps to create the aura around you. You have 7 major chakras in the body, but you have chakras that are beyond the body. We actually have a 15 chakra system. I've been teaching a 12 chakra system for a couple of years. And once you develop your 12 chakra system, you then can move into the 13th, 14th, and 15th, which is truly the ascension chakras. It's chakra of the threefold flame, of the violet flame that we talk about, guys. And today we're going to do a little violet flame meditation to cleanse and clear all of your chakras. And when we do that work on ourselves, we help to cleanse and clear for the collective as well. And that's why we're going to do it today, because it's potentially very crazy. We're so lucky it's 4 here on the West Coast. So we're getting closer and closer to all the election stuff stopping. So we can get some kind of balance to that energy is really what's needed. Oh, excuse me. It's pouring rain here, and it's so funny. When it rains, I always tend to feel really parched. And I had asked a meteorologist friend of mine one time, why does that happen? And he said, because when it's raining, the barometer, I think, drops. And when that happens, it pulls moisture out of everything. And I was like, oh, is that what's happening? He says, yeah, that's part of what helps the rain is it's pulling moisture. I thought, wow, that's fascinating. And so it's like my lips get dry, and I always thought it was the heater, which that adds to it, right? But it's actually moisture is being pulled out, which I thought was a little interesting tidbit. So let's do a little chakra clearing. I know we've got few of you, we got 6, 7 of you guys in here. And then we'll get to doing some readings. I'm not going to do 2 hours of readings like I did last time. That was a lot. So that might happen from time to time. Today we're going to do an hour. And on top of it is I do have something that I have to do after. So I need to preserve my energy a little bit. So let's all take a nice deep breath. And Hillary, this violet light, you've done this before, sweetie, and this will help you feel better too. So I want you guys just kind of close your eyes for a minute and just visualize in your head. Use your imagination. We're using our imagination. This is how we do spiritual work. This is how we do any kind of etheric work is we use our imagination. The imagination is the tool that spirit uses to communicate with us and that we need to develop to communicate with spirit to make that connection both ways. Okay? It's the imagination. So if it feels like you're making it up, you are. And that's how it's supposed to feel like until you get used to it. When we were children, before we were told, oh, that's your imagination, we normally lived in that. And so we didn't have any judgment around it. It was just being in that flow. But now we've had judgment. A lot of us have been kind of shamed or judged or put down, maybe punished. I know I got smacked on my hands one time by, I think it was a teacher, for being very creative, and it wasn't appreciated in class. Um, and so, we harbor that, but now we're safe. We can open up that imagination. So I want you to use that imagination and just visualize a beautiful flame in front of you, whatever colors you want. And just like sitting at a campfire with your friends, or maybe camping, or with your family, maybe sitting in front of a fireplace in your cozy home. And then think of that fire turning into beautiful deep purple, and then with all different shades of purple, just like flame does, right? Flame shows up with all these different hues of purple and even white, and even kind of sparkling. If your flames want to sparkle, let those flames sparkle. And so, as you visualize that beautiful violet flame of limitless transmutation, imagine that beautiful flame all the way around your body, and just up and around, right and left, in front of you, behind you, and just really give yourself permission to either see, or to feel, or to just simply know it to be there. Okay. If you're not a visual person, some people can hear the crackling or the kind of hissing of the flames. That's beautiful too. It all counts. All you need to know is to just imagine, intend for it to be there, and it's there. That's how powerful you are. Okay. So as we place this violet flame around us, allow it to kind of expand out, like maybe 2 or 3 feet around you, to the sides and to the front. Give it a nice big flame. Let it really start cleansing and clearing your energy fields. And we know this violet flame to transmute, transform, and transcend all lower energies. It also begins to dissolve any cords, any non-beneficial cords. And so we let those cords go. And a lot of times we get cordings to people, places, and things. And after we've left that, we still have the cording. It can drain your energy, right? Or you can be pulling on other things' energy too. And so you want to have your own energy. You want to be in your own place, in your own space. And so you feel that beautiful violet light around you. And then what we want to do is we want to bring that violet flame, and we want to pull it into the root chakra right at the pelvic floor, and just feel that violet flame flickering and swirling and dancing in the root chakra, cleansing and clearing all of the energies around feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling abundant. The root chakra is your foundation. It's everything that you are is built on your root chakra. And so we want to cleanse and clear any fear that you may have in the root chakra, any shame, any guilt, any of those old energies that you may have been programmed with while growing up. We want to cleanse and clear and transmute those energies in that violet flame. And then that violet flame moves up into the navel chakra, front and back. So feel it in the front navel chakra, back navel chakra. Some of you, I'm feeling some lower back energy, kind of some lower back energy, lower back tightness right now. This eclipse is doing that as well. And just allow this to transmute, transform, and transcend any lower emotional energies. A lot of times we take on other people's energies. A lot of times we store our own energies, and we just allow ourselves to just be cleansed and purified. Really picture, if you can, that violet flame in your navel chakra, in your belly, be your entire belly and lower back, and just flickering and dancing. And you can see it just burning up all those lower energies, all those negative emotions, what we call negative emotions, like shame, guilt, grief, um, anger, resentments, any trauma that we may be holding, unforgiveness for ourselves and others, resentments, resistance, anger is coming up against sadness, feelings of being abandoned and abandoning ourselves. And just really transmute that, and also other people's energies. You don't need to carry anybody else's energies. Transmute, transform, and transcend everybody else's energies. And as you do that, you might start feeling like, oh my gosh, I can take a deeper breath. Begins to clear that. And we're going to leave those flames working in the root chakra and then the belly. And we're going to bring that violet flame now into the solar plexus and the upper part of the belly. We do the front and the back. It's right in that soft part of the belly, kind of where the pancreas and the gallbladder is. And we bring that's the mental body. That's your programming. That's your belief systems. And we want to transmute, transform, and transcend any belief systems, any programming that isn't serving you anymore. When we're young, we have belief systems, that it's dangerous to cross the road. But as adults, we've developed skills to safely cross the road. And so it's things like that, right? The old programming that we have, sometimes we grew up believing we weren't good enough. We weren't pretty enough, tall enough, short enough, thin enough, blonde enough, brown enough, whatever the enoughs were, we get them all. We get them all. And just to transmute, transform, and transcend that, transcend any self-esteem issues, just allow those energies to just be burned up in this violet flame. And they really do transmute these energies. They transcend them. They lift them into a higher frequency. And as these energies are transcended, it clears that solar plexus and it begins to clear that part of your energy fields where it's called the mental body, where that energy from the solar plexus is. So some of you may already be feeling like a little bit lighter, a little bit clearer. I'm feeling like some of you actually, your eyesight, your vision is actually clearing up a little bit. And then we pull this beautiful violet flame up into the heart chakra and just see or feel your heart chakra being filled with this beautiful violet flame. And you can feel it just flickering, maybe some beautiful silver or golden sparkles in there. And then we just allow any energies that are not just pure love that we may be holding in our hearts to be transmuted, transformed, transcended, and just releasing. Feel that heaviness at the base of your heart, like deep inside that heart. Just feel like those energies are just being burned gently and beautifully in this violet light. Ooh, wow. Ooh, something got released there. And just feel that. And you will release, and maybe not right now, but people release by burping, by yawning, crying, giggling. I remember one time I got an energy healing from somebody. I giggled the whole way through. And so we just feel that beautiful violet light in the heart. And we're just going to take a few moments and a lot of people have a lot of fear in their hearts right now. And a lot of times it's right in front because it's held in the heart chakra like a shield. And so we can set that shield down. We can always make another one, but let's get rid of this old one. Let's get rid of this old one. The one the shield is created from old energies. We want to let all those energies go. We want the opportunity to be free to move forward, right? To move forward into our next adventure without dragging that baggage behind. So that shield in front is like a baggage. It's like baggage. So we'll just release that. And then that beautiful violet flame moves up into the throat. And it moves into the throat and into the ear chakras. The ear chakras are related to clairaudience, to be able to hear spirit. And so we just allow the throat and the ears. A lot of times in our throat, we hold the energies of things that we've said that we wish we didn't, right? I know that I've said some things that I'm like, oh, why did I say that? And oftentimes we also hold the energy of things that we've not said that we wish we did. A lot of times that's I love you, right? A lot of times we wish we had said I love you or I forgive you. Hey, Sam. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Kathy. We want to allow those energies to be released. It does no good holding them. A lot of times if you're holding those energies, they can get trapped in the back teeth. They can get trapped in the ears. And so that's why we allow that violet flame to move into the ears and the ear chakras too. Just really transmuting, transforming, transcending, creating that pathway between the head and the heart, right? You want a balance between the head and the heart. If you're all head, it's too much thinking, too much logic. If you're all heart, there's not enough thinking, not enough logic, right? All head is not enough creativity. All heart is total creativity. So we want to balance there. And so we feel that violet flame cleansing and purifying throat chakra, ear chakras. You may start feeling a little more present now. You might start feeling like, oh, here I am. I'm back. This violet flame moves up to the third eye. That violet light is the native of the third eye. And so feel your violet flame front and back of the third eye. Just beautiful. And it's going to look like a crown. It's going to be up. It's going to be beautiful. Matter of fact, that looks like I got the violet light around me back there. And just really give yourself permission to feel that violet flame cleansing and purifying your third eye. The third eye is wisdom. It's ancient wisdom. It's access to the Akasha. It's access to your native wisdom. It's access to the divine, to God as creator. A lot of people understand it to be access to clairvoyance as well, which is clear seeing. But that clear seeing comes with great responsibility. And there's a lot to know about clairvoyance as well. And so we want to just cleanse and purify that third eye. And it'll clear your head out, right? You know, sometimes our head, our brain, our mind just gets so cluttered with stuff that we start getting caught in the loops, in the thinking loops. This violet light will help to clear that too. So just allow this beautiful violet light to just burn through, each of the chakras all the way up to the third eye. And then one more violet light right at the top of your head. And then let it descend a little bit into your crown chakra. And just see and feel that swirling and dancing, cleansing and purifying the crown chakra. Crown chakra is the chakra of bliss, of nirvana, of Christ consciousness, of Buddha consciousness. And it allows you to open up to all of your gifts, all of the gifts that exist. And when the crown chakra is open, you also begin to understand that all that you wish is not outside of you. All that you wish is within. And in order to create anything that you wish to experience as an outward projection, your chakras have to be clear. Your chakras have to be cleansed, cleared, purified. All that old energy needs to be transmuted, transformed, and transcended. And as you do this on a regular basis, you begin to find that things in your life start shifting and changing. So there's one more thing we're going to do with this violet light. You've now got it burning in every chakra. You've got it all the way around you in your energy field. Now we're going to take this violet light and we're going to ask that it just begins to spread out into your body, out into your hips, down into your legs and feet, out into your torso, out into your arms, all the way down to your your fingertips, up into your throat, your neck, all the way up into your head. And just take a moment and then feel this beautiful violet light as it begins to move into every cell in your body. That's the cell of all the muscles, connective tissues, the cell of every organ, every system in your body. It fills your digestive system, reproductive system. It fills your gallbladder, your liver, your spleen, pancreas, your heart, your lungs. Moves into the lymphatic system, the nervous system, endocrine system. Ooh, you just begin to feel as it moves into the bones, the space within the bones, all the way into the marrow of the bones. The marrow of the bones is related to the immune system. And so we want this beautiful violet light to transmute, transform, and transcend anything within your body, physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, that keeps you from being lined up and activated in your spiritual, true, divine nature. And so this can be anything. It can be belief systems. It can be toxins. It can be radio waves. It can be anything. So this violet light cleanses and purifies this. And so we just allow that to happen. Ooh, good, Sam. Sam's saying her feet are tingling. And it really does. It wakes up the body. And then I want to invite each of you to take 3 nice deep breaths, just breathing in. Just keep the flame flowing in you. Another nice deep breath, breathing in. Feel that flame around you. And one more nice deep breath, breathing in and breathing out. And this is something that really, especially right now, you could be doing twice a day, in the morning when you get up and at night before you go to bed. Or even when you get in bed, hop in bed, run the violet light, the violet flame through you. It really cleanse and clear, cut the cords, it'll dissolve the cords. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you is what is called a Mer Ka Ba. The Mer Ka Ba is related to our light body, okay? And the Mer Ka Ba is a 3-dimensional 6-pointed star. You'll see one in my background right here. That's a Mer Ka Ba. So it's a 3-pointed pyramid, one pointing upwards, the blade, one pointing downward, the chalice, and then they're pulled into each other. Okay, you can see how that is. How there's the chalice, and then here's the blade. Right? You guys see what I'm saying? 3-dimensional. This one has a selenite heart in the middle to keep it cleansed and cleared. So you put that structure around you. Okay. Again, using your imagination, your intention. And so you have this, and it goes down below your feet. The top one, way up high, it's going to be like 10 feet above your head, down to below your feet. If you're sitting in a chair, it can be under your butt, right? And then the lower one, point to Mother Earth, can come up around you and go over your head. Okay. So that you're fully encapsulated in this Mer Ka Ba. And then the next thing is the top tetrahedron, the top pyramid, spins to the right. So it's going to start spinning to the right. It creates an electrical field. The bottom Mer Ka Ba spins to the left. It creates a magnetic field. When they're both spinning at their perfect right rate, which I always ask them to spin at their perfect right speed, our own consciousness knows how that's going to be. It creates the perfect electromagnetic field that helps to balance our energies. So you cleanse and clear your chakras, your energy fields, and then you put this Mer Ka Ba over. You spin the top to the right, the left to the bottom. Whoosh. Ask them to hit their perfect right speed. And then you can feel the energy, the white light coming down into this Mer Ka Ba. What happens is the Mer Ka Ba is the structure for our light body. When we get really advanced, when we're living 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th dimensions, our Mer Ka Bas, we actually travel in our Mer Ka Bas. And we've fallen into a lot of density. What this is going to do is it's going to activate and help to activate our light body. It's going to get our electromagnetics back on track. Our Mer Ka Bas have been distorted a little bit to where they're off target. You want to picture them straight up and down. That's going to help bring them on. And what it does is it's igniting and reactivating your light body. And your light body is related to the cells, physical cells of your body. It's related to the mitochondria in your body, and it's related to the DNA. So when you're cleansing and clearing with the violet light and you're using this Mer Ka Ba technology, and there's more to it. And I actually have a class November 19th, and I'm actually teach you the actual techniques to do the Mer Ka Ba and work with the Mer Ka Ba. I'm just giving you the cliff notes right now, but there's actually techniques. There's a step-by-step technique to do this and to activate this. And it ignites your light body. When you do that, you begin to get lighter. Your frequency begins to raise. You begin to clear and cleanse much quicker. The density of this, and this is a ascension vehicle. There's also other pieces that are part of this. There is what is called a kathara, which is very similar to your other parts of this, which I'm going to teach about that in the class. It's kind of intense. It's kind of hard to explain here, but it also activates your divine blueprint, which is many of you guys are familiar with the tree of life. Well, the tree of life that we learn in the Kabbalah is incomplete. There's actually a complete, the eternal tree of life, which is actually 15 dimensions. Okay. The one we learn in the Kabbalah is only 12. And so it's got the 15 dimensions in it. And so what happens is when we realign with that, we then are really lined up for ascension. They're really lined up for that energy. And that's what we're going through right now is we're going through ascension. We're going through that. And so you guys want to come to that class on the 19th and learn all these technologies to really be able to do them. You guys got a nice little taste of them right here so that you can, especially that violet light and becoming aware of that Mer Ka Ba. It's really going to help you. And then come to the class. I'll teach you about the Katara. I'll teach you about the Kabbalah. I'll teach you about the tree of life. We also want to be careful about using the proper seed of life. You do not want to be using the one with the circle around it. Okay. You want to use the one that is allowed to breathe, expand, and come back in. Has the circle around it. It doesn't allow it to move. Okay. So we're going to learn about that too. So I hope that this helps you guys a little bit. I wanted to give you some protection energy today, especially because there is a lot of not just, the eclipse and the full moon and the election and everything. And also we've got on Friday, the 11:11 portal. So I'm going to be doing something on Friday as well. I'll probably do something at 11 o'clock Pacific time. So I have my live in Soulful Living, and then I'll probably do, I'm not sure, a Zoom. I don't know. I will let you guys know. I'm waiting for Spirit to tell me. It's like I know I'm going to do something, but I'm waiting for Spirit to be like, okay, here we go. And that Spirit that I talk about rises up from within me, right? It's like, oh, it informs me. This is what we're going to do. So I'll let you guys know. I'll put it out there and send it to you. So I hope this was fun for you guys. I hope this was fun for you guys. We're working with the Ark of the Covenant. We're working with some of the Jehovah's seals, some things that have kind of been placed on us on our ascension, ability to ascend are being awakened and opened. And we're able to move beyond the shadow realms that we have been entangled in. So very cool. Very cool. Hi, Aisha. Hello, Linda. Very good. Very good. So let's do a few readings. I'm going to do them until 5 o'clock my time. So for the next 30 minutes. And so let's take a look. The 11:11 portal is not necessarily an angelic portal. It's actually an ascension portal. So it goes beyond the angels. And what's happening with this 11:11 portal, because it's almost like it's tied into this whole um, eclipse season that we've been in. So the one that started 2 weeks ago was about 3 weeks ago. And then we've got this one, and then it's tied in. So we've got this huge, about 3 weeks of ascension energy. And it's so important that you guys are cleansing and clearing your energies. I've been talking to you guys about paying attention, staying in the love, being conscious, bringing your shadow to light. So when you have feelings and emotions, that you don't stuff them back down, that you bring them up, and that you love them back into health. So love is the key. If there's any other time in your life that you've used love to get you through something, well, this is one of the most important ones. This is the time when we have to take those words that Jesus, the great teacher, taught us. And he said, love one another, period. Not if you like them, not if they do what you want. It is love one another. And it's going to help to heal the division between humanity. And especially here in our country, here in America, there is so much division, and it's written in our wording: united we stand, divided we fall. And if we don't get back and get united and start honoring each other and loving each other, even in our differences, because all it takes is respect and honor. We don't have to agree, but we certainly don't have to attack each other, and we certainly don't have to undermine and everything. It's gotten ridiculous. So love one another right now. I think there was a song about that, right? There's a lot of our wonderful Beatles sang a lot of songs. Beautiful John Lennon, imagine all the people living life in peace. Ooh, 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 ooh. So let's do some readings. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Aisha, you're a beautiful soul. It takes one to know one, sister girl. So yeah, angels are included in the 11:11, but it's not an angelic gateway. No, it's an ascension gateway. So I know somebody up here, had put something in as a question, like really early on. I wanted to address that. Where are we? Oh, Carolyn Rosiana. She is saying, if I'm picked for a question, I would love to know if I'm missing any important messages from my higher self guides. Well, that's a big question. Let's get you a card. I'm getting yes. I'm getting yes. But there's layers and layers of that too. Carolyn, our higher self speaks to us in many different layers. And because we're multidimensional. And so we can only understand what we can understand. But the more we listen and the more we just accept, it's like, okay, I'm getting this message, or I'm having this experience, or I'm acknowledging this. I don't know what it means, but I don't have to understand it right now. The more that we accept that, the more that we have that can come in. I really recommend that everybody start writing down these feelings, these messages, these dreams that you're having, because they are recordings for us for in the future. There's a lot of stuff that people are getting that we don't understand what it is, but it's important. And when we start writing it down, as we move forward, we're going to start understanding what it is. Okay. So, and I'm going to share something with you. Matter of fact, I'm going to share with you really quick. And then Carolyn, I'll get to your message. The other night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I had this in my head, and I was like, what the hell? But it was the Scarlett O'Hara demonic implant has been removed. I was like, what the frog? The Scarlett O'Hara demonic implant has been removed. And it kept going over and over in my head. And I went up, ran to the restroom, got some water. The Scarlett O'Hara demonic implants, that sounds scary, doesn't it? Has been removed. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I don't know what that is. So 2 weeks later, I'm reading about that there is some kind of program that's called the Gone with the Wind program that was exactly about implanting thoughts, or like psychic implants, called Gone with the Wind. So stuff like that happens all the time. And a lot of times, if we don't know what it is, we just write it off like, oh, I'm just making that up. No, start writing this stuff down. Start recording it. Record it in your phone. Write down your notes, record it, do voice recordings, whatever you need to do. Especially right now, what you're getting is really important. It's really important. You don't have to understand it right now, though. So, Carolyn, this card is for you, my love. Heart of Source. Says all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. You're asking, am I missing anything important messages from my higher self? Oh, the writing is backwards, but that's okay. Really, really lean into the energy of love right now and loving yourself. And that love, when we're loving from the heart of Source, it's blissful. When you find those moments of bliss, that's the heart of Source. And so, one of the ways to reach it, the violet flame meditation we just did. I want to tell you, on my YouTube channel, if you go to my section is meditations, there is a violet flame meditation there, free for you guys. I recorded it a couple years ago. It's free. Go get it, put it in your favorites, go put it somewhere and start doing it every day, because it will take you to that moment of bliss. Woo. Where you're just in that space, put your hands over your heart. Oh, that is the heart of Source. And this is what your higher self wants you to have, Carolyn. Wants you to be in that space and in that state of consciousness. And it's a consciousness that goes beyond the mind. It's a whole body, whole energy field, whole existence, consciousness of just pure bliss. I'll leave you with that, darling. That was a good one. Hi, Sam. Happy full moon eclipse. Woo. It's intense. Oh my gosh. My phone is going off. All these people saying, did you vote? Did you vote for me? I'm not telling you. Mer Ka Ba energy is for protection, Sam. Yep, absolutely. But it's also more than that. You know, you will always have protection when you raise your frequency high enough that you don't need to worry about that anymore, where you're just in that state of bliss and nirvana, right? When you are in that heart of source, like that card that with Carolyn, that's for all of you guys too. You no longer have to have protection because your frequency is so high that that's not part of the consciousness of love. Being unsafe is not part of the consciousness of love, but we have to practice it because we have been out of that state for a very long time. And so that's why I'm telling you, get that violet flame meditation and start doing it twice a day. In the morning, get up, get your coffee, go sit down for a few minutes. I think it's 20 minutes, and listen to it as you're falling asleep at night. Easy peasy. I've done all the hard work for you guys. Oh, wonderful. Selene, she's saying she literally cried when it got to the third eye chakra. Yeah, you were clearing something wonderful, making the white waves. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. That's that purity. That's that purity. Wonderful. All right. So let's see what else we got. Kathy. Oh, I'm glad you like that. Okay, so Hillary has the next question up there. What do I need to know for my best and highest good in my life right now? What does Hillary need to know? Oh my goodness, my poor cat is going bonkers. He's been up all night long. I have this cat spray stuff that makes supposed to calm the cat down. It doesn't even work. Hillary, divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, and God incidences. And I think you've got this card before. And I'm feeling very much like I'm going to sneeze. But I'm feeling, Hillary, that for you, it's really about paying attention to the synchronicities and the things that are going on. You have a lot of this kind of stuff happening with you right now and will be. Really pay attention to them. They're not just coincidences. They're spirit speaking to you. They're the universe speaking to you. They're you speaking to you. Because we have to understand we're all connected. Interconnectedness. You know, the universe is speaking to you, but the universe is part of you, so it's really you speaking to you. So when you speak to you, would you listen? We've gotten so fractionated. Is that the word? Fractured. That we, in this third dimensional realm, part of our experience is to outpicture our experiences, outpicture our wounds, outpicture our joy, outpicture everything. So that is part of the separation, that separation from God, that separation experience that we have. But the ascension and the purpose that we're here, what we're going through right now, is to bring that all back into the one, right? And it's not all about me when we talk about the one, it's about all of us. But our awareness of our oneness comes back in. And so, Hillary, you want yourself to know that you are a part of this divine matrix, that you are informing yourself, and you are forming yourself through coincidences and wonderful, magical, mystical things that are happening. And it can even be things like someone smiles at you. Those are beautiful messages from the universe. When something happens that you just have to stop for a second, just go, wow. When a dog barks off in the distance, stop and listen to the message of that dog. When the crows are playing out in the yard, stop and listen to the crows. What are they doing? When you hear the wind in the trees, stop and listen to the wind. What is the wind speaking? The whole world is speaking to us, guys. Everything is speaking to us. Stop and listen. Stop and listen. It's important because it's you. So back to, would you listen to yourself? All right. So Sam is saying traveling to visit my family in a few weeks. Would love a message. All right. Yeah, I think next week. Yeah, next week for on Spiritual Chit Chat, we're going to talk about tips on having a happy holiday. All those little things that we can do to keep it peaceful. Number one, don't talk politics or religion, right? Or jabadoos. Oh, no division, just unity. And you know what, too? Sam, part of it is just love your people. No matter what they do, if they're doing their crazy things still, just hold that love space for them. Let's see what the cards have to say. Emerald tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. So what this is saying is you're in charge of your experience. You can have whatever kind of experience you want. You can go up there all freaking out that, Uncle Sam is going to pass out drunk on the couch again, or you can go up there and just love the hell out of him. And if that's what he does, that's great, and still love him, because you know what? You're going to shift the whole experience. Even if it's the same actions, you're going to shift your experience of it. And I'm really feeling like that what was the word that was in divine alchemy? That right now, the time of your life right now is about divine alchemy. And divine alchemy is basically learning to love the way Jesus loved, learning the way to love the way the great masters love. And it's not ego love. It's not, I love you so I can get something out of you, or because I need you, or because I want you to be better, I have to fix you. It's just love. It's not doing it, it's being it. It's feeling it well up from within. And I feel like this is your next step, Sam, in everything. It's not just about your family. Your family is, you get to practice it, but this is the next thing for you. And so it's also that energy of the emerald tablets. And so we want to kind of understand that there's the Melchizedekian cloister emerald order that have the original real tablets. And so we want to align that with this, and not just the emerald tablets that Toth had, because it's just a very small portion of the bigger picture. And so we want to acknowledge that entire vast wisdom that's encoded in your DNA. And love is the way forward to heal the DNA and get back into those frequencies to where we can ascend out of this third dimensional, very, very limited experience. And you get to practice with your family. Lucky you. That's so cool. So that's your message, Sam. Your message is love, love, love. I love it. So very cool. Yeah, imagine. You know what? Oh my gosh, when I was doing song leading for, I don't know, a couple of years, song leader at my church before I got sick. And when we would sing that song, and we sang it a lot, I would just cry. I couldn't even make it through the whole song, and I'd be up there. People would come up and they'd be like, "Oh, you're so sweet." It's like, no, I'm just a big bundle of tears. But it's so wonderful. It's so profound. And it's interesting. I want to inspire you guys to go listen to that song again, because it's so pertinent to where we're at right now in this planet, and just we've got to come back together, you guys. We've got to stop fighting each other, because we are all one. We're one big family, we're one big consciousness, we're one big energy field. And the way we're going, it's so destructive. And we can fix that. And a few operating in a field of love can affect many. And we can help to heal our brothers and sisters' fear and sadness and grief and anger that they have inside of them. So I'm feeling very strongly about that right now. Oh, Rev Ned, thank you. Thank you, Rev Ned, pure love. Rev Ned is kind of what has brought me back to the understanding of this pure love. He uses that word pure love a lot, and I kind of stole it. I've kind of put it into my profiles and stuff now. I love you. And so it's just so wonderful. Aisha, let's get you a card, my love. Spirit is guiding me to do RevNed first. So we do RevNed, then we'll get to Aisha. Oh, Linda's saying, second time you've heard the name Scarlet today. Be mindful of that. Remember, it's also a color, too. It's a deep, profound red. Oh, so beautiful. I love Scarlett O'Hara. When I was little, I thought I was Scarlett O'Hara. Me and my kid will never be hungry again. So moved me. RevNed, this is for you, my darling. Order of the Melchizedek, embraced by light. Mission uncovered. Do not give up. The next step is coming to you. RevNed, I also feel like this beam of light that you're seeing here, this is you. And I'm feeling like Spirit is really calling you to really take this picture and bring it into your third eye and begin to picture this sort of energy around you, because this is you. Even including all of this around here. Whoops, sorry. This is all part of your energy field. This is the physical golden Christ body, but this is you. I also want to, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, I think you are, but to check in about the order of the Melchizedek. And we can talk about it too. We need to get together. But the order of the Melchizedek, or the Melchizedekian Cloister Emerald Order, is very, very powerful. It's an ancient council, like billions of years old, that has been overseeing everything and is now supporting humanity, and is also a council that a lot of us actually decided to leave the soft, cushy life of council members and come down here. Indigo, star seeds, I'm talking to you. Come down here at this time during this great change to kind of hold the tent pegs down, kind of hold everything together. And we're supposed to be doing this with love in our hearts. And so if you feel called to that, let me know. I'm going to be teaching a little bit more about it. I'm learning. I've been studying for probably like a year and a half. And I'm really feeling like it's time for me to start bringing out a little bit of what I know. I don't know anything compared to a lot of the other teachers. Christos Avatar on YouTube is a great teacher. He's crazy. I love him. He's just so personable. He's so fun. He's kind of like Cheech and Chong meets Jesus. He's just so awesome. So this is RevNed. This is you. It's your message. I love it. All right, Aisha. Aisha. I'm sorry. I always want to say Aisha. Sharon keeps correcting me. Aisha. Ooh, I can't say it. Aisha. I'm going to start giving nicknames to everybody because I can't say anybody's name. Ooh. Sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness and sensuality. Look at that. It's that going within. It's that settling it within. It's interesting because I feel like the warrior woman that you are. Oh, wow. The warrior woman that you are is transforming into this space of light and love that's more powerful than the warrior. That's the best words I can find for this. And it's like you already know this. You already know what I'm talking about. It's like this inner alchemy, this inner transformation, that the love that you are is it's growing in power within you. And as you begin to remember who you are, such as the Magdalene Christ energies, and those energies like that, that transformation from the warrior of light to the just pure power of love is happening in you right now. Wow. It's that sacred inner space. And I feel almost like I want to say it's that almost feeling of feeling unsettled that you feel within you is this that's happening within you. Again, the word alchemy also is coming up for you. Ooh, we got some powerful folks in this room here. We got some power. Ooh, it just started raining like a holy moly here. We've had rain all day. We live in California. We don't know what to do. So I hope that helps, Aisha. I love that. Wow, man. We've got so much power. You people are amazing. What an honor to be here with you. Thank you. Thank you for coming and playing with me. Yeah, Linda, pay attention to the scarlet and the color scarlet, right? Which is red, right? Celine is saying, I've been dreaming of the same eagle for a while, but I still don't understand what he's trying to say. Well, the eagle has a lot of implications. For one thing, the eagle is kind of the return of the Christ consciousness. The eagle's return, the Christ consciousness returns to the planet. And also, I want to say it's embracing and pulling that in and giving yourself permission. And we're not talking Jesus, although Jesus modeled it for us. And we're not talking about religious Jesus either. We're talking about the real Yeshua, Emmanuel Jesus. Um, and I'm feeling almost like you have that connection within, and let that start bubbling up within. I want to say, stop hiding it, and it'll give you that bird's eye view. It'll give you that eagle's eye view of what's happening. And then the eagle will become more powerfully a guide of yours. The eagle represents a lot of things esoterically as well. A lot of people feel that the eagles also represent the forefathers of this country, of the United States. And there's been a lot of messaging of the eagles have returned. And so it's almost like the forefathers, George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and all those guys that founded this country 275 years ago, that they've returned to be here at this time too. And I feel like there's some kind of tie-in to that. I'm not sure what it is. And I don't think it's the actual beings. I think it's the principles that they had and the principles that things were found on. But yeah, and also just seeing things from a bigger view, right? Don't try to figure it out. Just look at everything from a bigger view. Bird's eye view. I had that message earlier for somebody too. I do my membership. I do their weekly messages in our private Facebook group, and there's another thing about bird's eye view. It's really required right now, guys. It really is. There's so much minutia, and there's just so much stuff just dragging us all over. Trying to get us all fighting. We need to back up and take a bird's eye view and really take a look at what that is. So I feel like that's what the eagle is for you, and I feel almost like you're an eagle. I feel like you're an eagle. So, Carolyn, you're so lucky, honey. Kathy would like a card. All right. Mm-hmm. Ooh. All right. Kathy Hildebrand, this is for you, my darling. Oh, my darling. I thought I was starting to get a cold yesterday. And I started getting a sore throat and stuff. And I don't know if you guys have heard of homeopathic. It's Auxilialia. It's got a bunch of L's, bunch of U's, bunch of N's, bunch of C's. It's amazing. And I took 2 last night. It's these little pellets in this little tube. Wow, kicked it right out. But I did take it today. You're supposed to take it for a couple of days in a row. I did take it. I could feel my throat's getting sore. My head's getting stuffy. Hey, Christy, welcome. I got to play with Christy earlier. So, Kathy Hildebrand, this is for you. Woo-doo. Ooh. Memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. Kathy, I feel like that this Atlantic connection for you is really important. And I feel like it's almost like, what was the word that was in there? Spiritual acceleration. It's like, well, part of it is what we're talking about today about the clearing your chakras and stuff like that. I mean, seriously, if you want to accelerate spiritually, start working with your chakras and clean those puppies out. It'll be amazing how quickly you can move forward. But I also feel like that this isn't about going backwards into Atlantis. This is about going forward with the wisdom that you have from Atlantis. And I feel like it's wanting to speak to you, Kathy. I feel like it's wanting to speak to you, and it's not going to speak to you like, hello, I'm Atlantis. It's going to speak to you in wisdom and insights as to what's going on in your life, in the world around you, and the people around you. And I also feel like I want to say, trust these insights that you get. You're right. Even though, like, you might say, something's off with that person. Everybody's like, no, they're totally good. You're right. Okay. And that's a big message too. It's like, you're right. So trust in the wisdom that you bring with you, but don't go backwards too. Also, this is a card about technology, spiritual technology, prayer, meditation, or spiritual technology. Are you doing your prayers and meditations? Because if you're not, do them. If you are, add a little bit of something to them. Maybe add the violet flame to them. Try that out. And also, you guys, I've got my new Patreon site up. That is all, it's called Meditation Station for Elevation. Isn't that cute? And it's got a bunch of meditations on there. You can get a bunch of them for $7 a month. And what that does is that can help support me. Like you guys that come here and do this, I've had a lot of people say, can we make donations? Can we do anything? Go over to Patreon, get hooked up over there, support me through that, and get meditations. I've got a bunch of them up. I'm going to be putting new ones up. I'm not going to promise every week, but I will be getting them up at least 3 times a week. A lot of times at the last week in the month, I'm doing my newsletter and getting all my stuff, and I don't always have time. But that's something you guys can do to help me out, and get a bunch of meditation. I got some great ones. I got short ones, ones that are like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I got really long ones over there too. And the violet flame one is over there too. So you guys can go grab that too. So I hope that helps, Kathy. That wisdom that is within you, listen to it and trust it, believe in it. You're good. All right. So Christy. Oh, RevNet is asking a question. Are there previous connections? Whoop. Whoa, what happened there? Oh. RevNet's asking about past lives. I'm going to say yes, there is. There are several. And I see one that you guys have a connection as part of a Plains Indian tribe, but I feel like that you were not in the same tribe, but you were in different tribes that were working together at one point, and that you consider yourselves brothers. I feel it's a very peaceful time too. I see you guys like helping and supporting each other. I see horses. So there were Plains. These were tribes that were the ones that had horses, because not all of them did. The horses weren't always there. I think the horses came over with the Spaniards, if I'm not mistaken, which in the 1400s or so. But yeah, I see that, and then I also see something over in, what is north of Italy? Like north and east of Italy, like Turkey. I think there's a connection over in Turkey too, in that area of Turkey. And again, it's like brothers, but not blood brothers, kind of a thing. And kind of similar to how you feel now. It's like brothers, but not blood brothers. But I do feel that you guys have had some butting heads, but you always come back together. It's like you guys have always both been very strong in your beliefs and your thought, your thinking. Um, but yeah, it's interesting. It's brothers, but not blood brothers. It's like brothers of the heart. So that's what I'm seeing, Rev Ned. That's cool. I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear your follow up on that. You're welcome, Sam. Oh, the emerald tablets are related to Egypt. Yes, you know what happened was Toth. Toth was part of the Emerald Order, um, and he was part of the ones that were bringing the ancient teachings onto the planet. And he took some of the teachings and made him made them his own and turned them into the emerald tablets. So it's the emerald tablets are true teachings for the most part, but they're not complete. They're not complete. The whole message isn't necessarily complete. But they're good. The part that you get, it's good. It's good. Oh gosh, this thing is so hard. Oh yay, Aisha. Oh yeah, I can feel that in you too. Feeling that transformation, big time with you. Matter of fact, Aisha, when I feel you, I feel like I. This is how I want to put it. I feel the holy fire within you. That's intense. Linda, didn't I give you a message? I thought I did. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry that if I missed you. Let's get you one. Yeah, Kathy, do your meditation, especially right now, honey. Please, 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 please. All right. Whoosh. This is for Linda. Oh my God. Linda, you got the same card as Rev Ned. Order of Melchizedek. It's really important for you to understand who you are in the big scheme of things. You are amazing. You're a beautiful, powerful light body. You're a being of pure love. And when you move yourself into that pure love state, when you move yourself and just be in that love space, not do that love space, but be in that love space, it's very natural for you to go there. But it's hard for you to stay there because it feels like you got kind of some crazy stuff going on around you. And as soon as you move out of that love state, that's when everything goes crazy. So when you stay in that love state, it's like you're really affecting the world and the people around you. And I also want to say, I feel like that there's something family wise that's going on with you. It's almost like everybody's like, maybe fighting, maybe just harried. I'm not sure what it is, but it's really important for you. I mean, I want to do just like with Rev Ned. It's like take a long gander at that and just pull that energy into your third eye and wrap it around your body. And I feel like when you get used to being in this space, all of that around you is going to settle down. And I feel like it's male energy too. I don't know if it's very male, masculine women, or if I'm feeling almost like husband, son, brother, father. It's like a lot of male energy. They'll settle down. One thing we need to realize is, for so long we've been told women are inferior, but, women hold the energy of everything. And where we're at is very, very, we affect the world around us in very different ways that the men do. And we have to remember that we're the portal of life. We are stargates. Women are stargates. And our energy and what we're doing with our energy is so, so important. And especially right now. And our energy naturally in that feminine state is that pure love presence. It's that Christ presence. It's really important that we get back to that natural state. Ooh, ooh, this is you. Rev Ned and Linda are our Melchizedeks here today. And thank you for being here. I love that. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, my Ohio brother. Is it windy, Kathy? Yeah, it's really windy here too. And raining. It's crazy. My poor cat. Poor Mikey. He's like goes outside and he's like, "Ree," and he's running and biting me and jumping on stuff. And I made chicken enchiladas earlier and he threw part of the enchilada sauce on the floor. It's just like, dude, you need to relax. Brothers. Is it brothers, Linda? Just love them, no matter how stupid they're being, you know. And I'm apologize calling you brothers behaving stupid, but I just feel like it's like, oh my God. And it's almost like you're just watching, like, just hold that love energy, just love them, and just love them, and it'll settle down. It's amazing how powerful you are. All right, guys, it is 5:11. Oops. I'm gonna run. Mikey wants to make himself known. Say hello, Black Cat. Black Cat coming through. He's not all black. He's got white trim. He's loving it. He's starting to realize he gets attention when he does that. So I love you guys, everybody. Happy. Oh, you're so welcome, Sam. Yeah, grab that violet. Oh, seriously? He just threw a bunch of crystals on the ground. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love you guys. Yes. Thank you so much. And you guys are so welcome too. Go get that violet flame meditation. I'm telling you, I've been doing it for years and it's been huge in my transformation as well. So it's super powerful. So I love you guys. Happy everything day today. Full moon, eclipse, election, Jehovah's seal, Ark of the Covenant, Ascension Day. Woohoo! And we'll see you soon. Don't forget, we got meditation tomorrow. If you guys want to do that, and we'll be doing something on Friday, 11/11. I'll let you guys know. So take it easy. Mwah. I love you. Stay sparkly.